peeps. It's time for a bit of enlightenment with Effie. Made myself a hot tea. I've got my notepad out. So today I want to talk about energy and how we are all connected with one. Like we're all connected as one. Like right through to the earth we walk on, Mother Nature, Gaia, the universe. Alright. So we are all one with the universe. We all radiate a frequency, an energy, an aura. The earth, what we walk on, Mother Nature, Gaia, the universe around us, also has what it's called is a Schumann Resonance. And it's the earth's frequency. Essentially it's like a heartbeat. And it varies. Right now it's going through like a really good phase. You can do your own research in regards to this. Like I've got a couple of pages that come up on my social media, on my Facebook, and they do the research for me, but I've done my research and they are legit. So pretty much have a look into it. But that's part of what I'm trying to explain. So think of us like how we also connect, like not in a physical sense, like touchy-feely and stuff like that and seeing, like, but we also connect like on like a radio frequency, a megahertz, a hertz frequency, on a radio wave, so to speak. That's what the universe radiates as well. And I'm just going to give you some examples. So pretty much like when people talk about raising your frequency, it means eating better, being more conscious of like what you're wearing, and I'm not talking brand names and stuff, I'm talking about the material, textiles, fabric, quote unquote, that you may or may not be aware is actually affecting your own frequency raising or being lowered. Also like energy, when people cast negativity your way, that does also have a factor in your frequency level, but I'll talk about that on another day. Here I'm just talking about today like being connected with the environment around us. So for instance, I was just talking about the textiles. So did you know like linen and wool have a frequency of 5,000 megahertz? So back in the day, back in the old day before Big Pharma took over the medicine and hospitals and all this other shit, way back in the black and white days, hospitals used to have like sunrooms pretty much, and all would use linen as their bedding, and they knew because it had awesome health properties to it, with helping patients heal. What have they got in the hospitals these days? That's just point number one. So wool and linen have a frequency rate of 5,000 megahertz. Cotton, now this is just standard cotton, like will radiate 70 to 100 megahertz. Organic cotton, however, is like 100 plus, guaranteed. So if you can wear organic cotton compared to normal cotton, you'd do that. Now get this, like hemp has actually got a megahertz rate frequency of between 2,000 and 5,000 megahertz, depending on how, I guess you could say, refined it's pulped, turned into a fabric material, thickness and quality and stuff like that, and how it's treated as well. So like in the example with cotton and organic cotton, the more the fabric's treated, the less frequency raising it will have properties. Okay, but get this, I don't tell us this. So pretty much polyester 0 to 40 megahertz if you're lucky. Rayon 0, not even 1 megahertz. So the cheap and nasty clothing isn't always the best. What else we got? Polyester 0 to 40. So that's a bit of an improvement on. No, I've already said polyester. Sorry, nylon 15 to 30 megahertz. So you're guaranteed 15, but you're not going to get anything more than 30. Right? Megahertz. Spandex, like your sportswear and stuff like that, 20 to 40. So that's just to put it into perspective. So the things that we're wearing, even our shoes, like all our shoes are rubber. You know, if we walk around barefoot, we would actually raise our frequency because we are connecting with Mother Nature. Like, so the hippies back in the day, they were onto something with tree hugging. I mean, you don't need to go up and like love and hug a tree, but if you go up and touch a tree like with two hands, within, we'll say 2 to 5 minutes, you'll notice that your mood, you'll just feel yourself feeling better within yourself. There's no other way to describe it. You get out in nature, go for a walk along the beach, walk barefoot, get your feet in the sand, feet in the water. Salt water is awesome for raising your frequency. Things like having salt baths and stuff like that, like Epsom salt baths, like are really good for raising frequency. If you can't have a bath, face washer in the bottom of your shower with some Epsom salts on there, you stand on that, you feel it. It's great. That's one of my favourite ways to raise my frequency. Another way we can also do it, peeps, is being conscious and mindful of the products and food we eat. So the more things, the more fruit and vegetables and natural as possible, organic, homegrown even, like have a crack at doing that. You'd be surprised at what you can grow. The more natural the food product that we're putting into our bodies, into our physical beings, the more that'll assist in raising your frequency as well, your energy field, your aura, your connection, right? So the more junk food and crap that you actually eat, that lowers your frequency. So just be mindful of that, like with like lollies and shit like that, like in like processed foods as well. Yeah, so I mean, like say for instance, lollies, like the heart of the lollies, and they're not handmade, like the old-fashioned hard-boiled lollies, sugar and that kind of stuff. Like I watch videos on that too. That's really cool. Pretty much. The old school lollies are probably the best, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm not even going to talk about rotting teeth and stuff like that. But these days, I'm finding articles more so, where they're actually putting plastics into these manufactured international confectionery that we're getting imported into our country in this day and age. And I mean, we do have, I guess you could say, kind of strict food standards here in Australia compared to some other countries in the world. But some things still get through, and when we consume these products into our bodies, our digestive systems have a hard time processing it and stuff like that. It gives you gut aches and all kinds of not good things. So I'm just trying to say, you know, the less that you eat, put into your body of the junkiest shit, excuse my French, and the more natural products you put into your body. And that even includes like alcohol and stuff like that, but that's a talk for another day. So pretty much like today I just wanted to talk about like raising your frequency and realising that we are all connected. So like when you walk into a room, you can feel energy, like you can either feel it. Sometimes you can walk into a room and you can feel like you can cut through the air like a knife, like you can feel the tension in the air. That is energy, that's frequency, right? Understand that. You'll find that if you're having a really good day and you're radiating awesome frequency and you go out and about, like people will gravitate towards you because you're radiating. Yeah, birds confirming it. You're radiating at a higher frequency and people will gravitate towards you. That is just truth. It happens to me all the time. I'll just be going to the chemist to grab Band-Aids. 5-minute job. I'll end up talking to little old ladies for half an hour. Just randomly come up to me, start talking to me about their little ailments and what they've got going on in their life. But they walk off, they feel better about themselves. It's like you're sharing your healing and you're raising other people's frequencies essentially, you know. So it's also being mindful in who you allow into your energy field as well. Okay, but today's talk was just about Earth frequency and how we vibe with it essentially and how we are all connected as one. So go do your research. We're frequency, we're like a wave. The Schumann Resonance, so that is spelled SCHUMANN, resonance. And it's Earth's frequency heartbeat. Use your discernment when you go through these articles because, I mean, Google is changing. They're trying to keep certain information not put public and stuff like that. I've noticed these past couple of days they have changed it, but use your discernment. Like YouTube's got some really awesome videos in regards to topics like this. But yeah, have a look, file it away for future reference, and just be mindful of what you're consuming, what you're wearing, and how you're not projecting, but the energy that you can feel within yourself, and then start kind of paying attention to the energy around you. what you feel like when you go out in public. Like you might be feeling drained, like you could have people draining your energy as well. That's a subject for another day. It's Effie's Enlightenment with a hot cup of tea. So something to ponder on, peeps, something to ponder on. Peace, love and light.